Well, the chairman of the National Security Advisory Board, Shyam Saran, has told headlines today that Pakistan should not have met with Hurriyat leaders. He added that Nawaz Sharif did not meet Hurriyat leaders when he came for Prime Minister Modi's swearing-in ceremony. He should have continued with the pattern.
If there are two Prime Ministers meeting and it is of very highly symbolic importance and it is projected as according a new beginning to the relationship, and if at that particular time he does not follow the normal mold of meeting the Hurriyat as he should have, and by the way, if you remember, there was a lot of criticism from the Pakistani side that he did not meet the Hurriyat when he came.
Which is why he couldn't do it a second time.
No. So if he made that departure, why not continue with that momentum? Because that was a signal to us, I presume, that he is prepared to move away from what was an established pattern before to do something different. We believe that we must engage, we must start somewhere a new political dynamic, a more positive dynamic, and that particular dynamic was started by India by the invitation given to Nawaz Sharif to come to India for the swearing.
And they haven't reciprocated adequately.
They have not reciprocated adequately. They have not reciprocated at all, because you are not able to carry forward this momentum because there are any number of excuses which can be given. Oh, Nawaz Sharif is under pressure. You know, the army will not allow him to actually engage in a positive relationship with India. Oh, yes, there are proposals for increased trade between the two countries, supply of power to Pakistan, supply of petroleum products to Pakistan. But, you know, what can we do? Even though the civilian government has agreed, the army is holding back.
Is it in India's interest to weaken and embarrass a man who actually wants to improve relations? There are other ways of breaking off talks.
I'm sorry,
you don't have to embarrass him.
It has
you can break off talks for other reasons.
It is nothing to do with this particular personality or that particular personality. I have to deal with Pakistan, not Nawaz Sharif's Pakistan or the army's Pakistan or ISI's Pakistan.
Let me then,
as far as I'm concerned, I have to deal with whatever is in front of me. So if, for example, if Nawaz Sharif wishes to improve commercial relations, he is not able to deliver on that. That is the reality I have to live with. Not to say, oh, what a nice man. I'm sorry, he's not able to deliver on this because there are other forces at work.
Let me then come.
I don't have the responsibility to ensure that Mr. Nawaz Sharif survives.
But we've set a red line arbitrarily ourselves. If the other side doesn't accept it, then suddenly you'll find there are no talks possible.
You know, if you are making a red line, then you must be prepared to face the consequences
of
maintaining the red line.
Which is no talks.
If the other side does not accept that.
So it's quite possible, there will be no talks in the foreseeable future.
It is possible that we may not be able to have talks for a considerable period of time. But my point is that as long as that particular position is taken as part and parcel of a larger strategy towards Pakistan, I have no problem with a position where I say, look, these are my red lines. I cannot cross these red lines.
What it is this. It's now become a battle of nerves between the two. Can we stick by the red line, we in India, that we've set? Or will Pakistan say, sorry, we're not going to accept that red line? It's a battle of nerves between the two.
I will acknowledge that in the past, if we have put red lines, we have more often than not backed off from those red lines, which has been very damaging to India's position vis-a-vis
This is a test of Mr. Modi's will.
I'm only expressing an expectation.
Absolutely.
I cannot predict what will happen. But I would hope that if this particular decision has been taken, there is a certain consistency which follows from this decision.